with Marcel the Shell, I was rewatching it this morning, and what stuck out to me is like, it's so funny, and then it's like unafraid of being sad.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think my favorite thing about it.
I'm glad you think that, because I guess that's, like, I don't want to be sad. I don't want to do anything to make myself sad, and I certainly don't want to do that kind of, like, grad school short story. Like, I wrote a story about something really upsetting so that the story can be serious and good. Like, darkness to seem legit. But, like, there is something about being sad essentially like not being acceptable, just like sort of baseline sorrow.
I agree.
You know, that makes me feel scared. And I went through a lot of years of like, why am I always, as a friendly person who likes to have fun and like likes romance and chilling out, why am I so sad?
Yeah.
Like so sad.
Yeah.
And it just felt like if I couldn't try to talk about that or get into it a bit, it really was as if I was like lonely for that part of myself that couldn't be included.
It's funny, you have this great moment in your special where you go, and this is the part of the special where my mom turns it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that about every special I have.
Do your parents watch your work?
Not really.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Oh, Sam?
I mean, they'll watch it if I'm like, can you watch that? But like, I don't do that. I don't really ask them to. But they have. I think they've watched at least my second special, and probably my first because they were in it. I would imagine they were curious.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, it is an interesting thing, and also like your dad is a poet, so it's like, you know, in some ways it's not that dissimilar from even what you do. Poetry.
Yeah, I wonder like if that's why sometimes I'm like, is there something about what I do that's too close to, I mean, I wouldn't call my act poetry.
No, I would though.
In any way.
I know why you wouldn't, because you don't want to be crazy self-serving and pretentious.
That'd be tempting.
But I think there's a lot of poetry to what you do.
That's nice of you to say. Yeah, I mean, I think first I was like...
And sounds.
Lots of like... I think first, I was just talking to Gabe Liedman and Max Silvestri about this yesterday, because we were like, why did Gabe's parents, they like always drove from Philly to see us at Rafifi.
Oh, that's sweet.
And
that's when you and I met.
Yes, exactly.
A zillion years ago.
And you know what, I mean, what that was like, you might have 14 people in the audience, and that was fine.
No,
like,
I performed on your show. There was definitely nights where there's 14 people.
Oh yeah, it fucking sucked. I mean, we didn't suck, but
wasn't.
It's just...
It didn't suck though, because it was, you guys were always, and I'm sure the podcast will be like this. You guys were always so supportive and fun, and you made the show fun no matter what. Like, it was called Big Terrific, and it was like, it was just joyous.
It was, and it was always, but that deeply humbling, like, whoa, this is, I must really want to do this because I'm performing for 11 people thing that's like in my, in me now.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'll just never forget what that feels like. And like performing for 6 people, but like on the nights where there would only be like maybe 3, and then you have to be like, you know what, guys, we're gonna call it.
Yeah.
And then I would be flooded with relief that I didn't have to do the show, and then flooded with shame that it happened that way.
Yeah.
That's a real 1-2 punch right in the nads.
There's nothing worse than calling off a show that you convinced those people to show up.
Those 3.
You're like,
yeah,
no, it's gonna be good.
Yep.
We have a great lineup.
They believed.
Eugene Merman's popping in.
Yeah, totally.
This is happening. And then you go, actually, we're not having the show.
And then you have to say that to Eugene, by the way.
Right.
It's not even, it's like, and actually I am gonna have to tell you know, John Glazer and John Benjamin, who I am so obsessed with that I can't even talk to them or look at their faces, that we actually didn't get enough people to come here to watch them.
It's so pride
do a favor for me. Yeah. It's like, you eat shit.
I think it's good.
It's good.
It's good, right?
For us. Yeah, no, it's some pride swallowing or whatever is actually just bad for a person's self-esteem.
Right.
You know, like, I fucking hate tough love, and I feel like weirdly we've talked about this before, but But some things, honestly, I mean, not to sound like a hybrid between like the greatest generation.
Yeah, that's how you always, that's how you read, for sure.
Geriatric millennial, but it's like some challenges, some humblings that are not, oppressive humblings, but like it's just, hey, man, you're just like a tiny speck and that's okay.
Yeah.
Are very character building.
Yeah.
And passion building and appetite building.
You did improv with Gabe in college, right?
Yes.
And Max, or no?
No, Max didn't go to college with us. We met him when we were 22.
So you did it with Gabe. Mm-hmm. Did you started the group?
Yeah, well, it was like something else. It had a different name. There were two groups. One was called Six Milks.
6 milks?
I don't know. Six Milks. I don't know why.
Were there 6 people in the group?
Honestly, when I say I don't know why, I'm telling you, I got zero info. Yeah,
wow.
It's like I really was like, why is it called that?
Yeah.
And then the other one that Gabe and I were in was called Two Left Feet.
2 Left Feet,
You
sure.
know, I was like, okay, got it. You guys are joking around. But anyway, we combined the two groups, created a new group, which was called Fruit Punch. Again, why do college students name their stuff?
It's all puns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what does that pun even
Mission
really
Improbable.
mean? That's
a
direct.
classic one. Yeah, true.
You know?
What's the one you were in?
Fruit Punch.
Fruit Punch?
Which was my idea. I don't know what it means.
A belly of fruit?
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, I don't think...
It's catchy.
It's catchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
did you have good shows as Fruit Punch?
Yeah, we killed it.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I bet there were some good ones in there.
I mean, who knows really what it was like, but for me, I was like, we are so fucking funny. Like, I thought we were so cool and great. Yeah.
You got to, right?
You met Kroll and Mulaney doing improv? And Jackie, or no?
I cast Kroll cast a year after I graduated, Mulaney and Novak. And so that's how we all became friends. And we were all kind of living in New York at the same time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, like, how I feel like even though Fruit Punch maybe was hit or miss, and maybe you had great shows and terrible shows, like our group, I can see it in your work. Like, I can see the improv. I can see the improv.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you have an improvisational spirit to your stand-up. Your stand-up feels unpredictable.
Yeah, or unplanned is
unpredictable.
It is. I mean, I follow a bullet point system.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what you have here behind you, that's what it looks like on a page before I go up, and then I like shuffle things around as I'm going, and nothing is ever like written, because I find that to be very boring.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I have some stuff I say, like to a turn of phrase.
Yeah.
But everything else, it's like, who does she want to be tonight?
Right.
Yeah.
I love your stand-up, though, because it feels unrehearsed, and it doesn't feel like anyone else.
That's a nice thing to say. I feel the same way about you. Jeez.
Thanks.
How much writing do you do?
I write a lot.
Yeah.
So much of it's just junk.
Well, for all of us.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you have to like, I just feel like you kind of gotta like blow out the pipes. Get all the gunk out of the pipes.
Yeah.
Like, write all the bad stuff and the good stuff. Just like keep writing it down.
Yeah.
Is my deal. But I have a folder called Scraps. Like on my computer.
I respect that so much. Scraps.
There's also one called, I think it's called Fragments and Problems.
That's good.
Yeah. And even in my first special, which was with Netflix, they were like, can you write out what you'll do? And I was like, no. I can't.
Yeah.
Like, it'll ruin it. It'll make me feel like I hate it.
Yeah.
I just have never once written anything out. Everything just has a title, like Dad's Nightgown.
Right. I have a similar thing, which is I'll write out the bit, and then I will go up on stage and do my best version of it.
Yeah.
From memory.
Yeah.
And it usually it's not what I wrote verbatim.
But isn't that kind of like, I mean, not that I've ever been on a date that is like this, but it's how I imagine dating to be. Or just like dinner party, let's say.
Yeah.
This is like the metaphor that I've used. Is like, you know your memories, like, and you probably know, not in a sociopathic way, but you probably know, like, oh my gosh, yeah, I can't wait to tell you this story.
Yes.
Like the other day I was telling Rachel Antonoff and Jack Antonoff, brother, sister, who my husband calls them the cousins.
The cousins.
My cousins. We're very Amish. I told them this story about when I was on a summer program and I had a crush on a boy. And I was like pretty sure that we were making eye contact across the cafeteria.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, Romeo and Juliet had come out, like with Leonardo DiCaprio, and I was obsessed with him.
Fishbowl scene, etc.
Just
Fish tank scene,
yeah, big time. And I loved that movie and whatever. And like it was like a big point of my like raging horniness, you know. And I was like, this boy looks like him, and he is straight up looking at me. And I had like recently, I was 16. I'd gotten my braces off. I'd just gotten my period. I had a bra. It was like a big deal for me.
Big moment, yeah.
Huge. And I started hanging out with him and a bunch of people in a group. I had a nickname, which was Duty, which is not a good nickname, but I thought it was cool.
So you were ready to go.
Yeah. Now I'm just telling the story, but I'm telling the story in service of trying to say something else, unfortunately. But anyway, I was like, this guy likes me. I had never kissed a boy before. I heard him and a couple of boys in the room below. I was on the balcony above and they were on the balcony below and they didn't know I was up there. And someone was like, yeah, we're going to go out and da-da-da-da and Duty's going to come with us. And I was like, oh my God. And he goes, who's Duty? And I was like, oh man, he doesn't even know my nickname. And then they're like, you know, Jenny. And he's like, who's Jenny? And I was like, what? This fucking guy, like he's definitely been staring at me. Like he doesn't even know my name.
Brutal.
And then one of the other boys goes, you know, she's that girl that looks like a chicken. And then he goes, oh, no, I know what you mean. She's that girl that looks like a lizard. And then they were like, no, she looks like a chicken. And then it was like, chicken, lizard, chicken, lizard. And it was like, oh. Like it just hurt. It hurt so badly.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, like, huh. Like I walk around being like, everyone thinks I'm ugly, but then there's like this other part of me that's like, you're not ugly. You just think that because people are mean to you at school.
Right.
But then I heard them like say it.
Confirmation.
And it was like, we were in another country. Yeah. It was like, this is like, we're in England and they also think it. So I need a little more time to cook this thing. But anyway, that story, for example, it's like, you know your stories.
Right.
Why would you write them down?
Right. You can remember that.
Yeah. You just tell them to the person and try to feed their joy that might be happening.
I always have to remind myself of that because I write out jokes and then I have to remind myself, like, just do it in my own words.
Yeah.
Because that's what the audience craves.
Yeah.
They just want to hear the story.
Yes.
My director always says that to me, like, I'll get nervous before a show and I'll go like, just tell the story.
Yeah.
I'm like, right. All it is just telling the story.
Yeah, but there's a lot to get past to be the version of yourself that can do that.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
well, you had it with, you went to a hypnotist.
Oh, yeah.
Is that early? Like, was that like when I first met you kind of thing?
No. I had no, I used to have stage like kind of like fun, uncomfortable excitement. Like all through Rafifi, through being at Soundfix or Cameo, like when we were in Williamsburg. And then I just got stage fright when I got fired from SNL. Like straight up, it like it like fucked me up a little bit. And I moved to LA, and there were 3 years also where like I did this thing where every general meeting I would go on, I felt like I had to be like, I got fired, like say it even though nobody cared. And
right.
It was like a weird like swollen but collapsed ego or something. It just was like the worst situation.
No,
like,
of course.
Fucking sucked. And then. But Nick Kroll was like, I'm doing a show on Comedy Central, which became Kroll Show.
Kroll Show, yeah.
And he like gave me my first job after being fired, which meant so much to me because I admire and really admired him so much, continual admiration forever. But I still had the stage fright, and I believe Nick was going to the hypnotist for like something else, maybe smoking. I can't speak for him. And
let's just say smoking.
Maybe smoking. I think Aziz went to the same person.
Oh, okay.
There were all these people going there.
I gotta hit that hypnotist.
I'm not sure.
How come?
I don't think it worked.
It sounds like it worked
like maybe enough.
Nick doesn't smoke anymore and you get on stage.
It did help to get me back on stage. Mm-hmm. And to get rid of like a lot of the kind of like undead at the door.
Yeah.
You know, like every time we watch The Last of Us and the like, what are they called? The clickers?
The clickers.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Like
oh
around, I'm like, that's what it feels like to have stage fright.
Oh, that's interesting.
They're like they're right there and they're like,
yeah.
That's what it feels like to me. And I still have it really badly to the point where like, I haven't actually done stand-up in a really long time.
Really?
Yeah.
So you still have it?
Yeah.
I mean, what's crazy is, I was just saying to my wife downstairs, I was like, Jenny Slate's coming over doing the podcast. And she goes, do you remember that right after she got fired from SNL, we ran into her at something? And she was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I fucked up so badly.
That sounds like something I'd say.
And we were both like, you're going to be great. This is going to be great. And then notably, you went on to have like this unbelievable career that I would say arguably between Marcel the Shell and Obvious Child, like arguably you might not have had time for if you were on SNL for fucking 9 years or whatever.
For sure. No. It's better. The end result is better. The life that I've had is really good for me.
Yeah.
I don't think there's like not any version of myself that has ever kind of failed that publicly, and hopefully like not again. I mean, it wasn't, it's weird to fail at something that you get there and you're like, I thought I was good at what this is, but I didn't even get what it was. Yeah. I thought it would be like my college improv group.
Right.
And then it's like this whole system.
Right.
And it's a TV show.
Yeah.
And there's
cue cards.
There's cue cards, which obviously I wasn't good at. And there's like politics, but it's also social. And it was really confusing to me because everyone was so nice, like in my cast. But it was like, this is a weird fit.
Yeah.
And like I'm going down. But it's different than, let's say, having a soulmate and it not working out. Like where you're like, I genuinely don't get that.
Right.
We were meant to be. Like the second I walked in there, I was like, this isn't what I thought.
Right, because I always have thought that about that show. I've always been a fan of the show, but I've thought like I would never have fit in the cast or as a writer because there's so many moving parts and you have to like you're saying, like it's regimented and you have to hit your mark in like 10 different metaphoric ways.
Yeah.
And I feel like for my comedy, that would feel stifling. Like I feel like it would take away from the spontaneity.
Yeah, precisely.
That like I need, and it sounds like you need. I mean, even like you cursing is hilarious because it's like, it's actually kind of a great actor's impulse.
Oh my God. It is, in a way, it's like, it's so me.
Yeah, totally.
To make such an embarrassing mistake. And like, I hate getting in trouble.
Yeah.
I would never, I don't like make moves.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not like, I'm certainly not a believer in like all press is good press. Like I'm not interested in infamy. Certainly not at that point. I like getting A's, you know, like I was really feeling good about getting on the show. There's no need to zhuzh it up with like just like eating shit right away, you know, like I don't know. But also like, yeah, it is such a weird, in the way that it's very me that happened. It's also so outrageous and so not me because I like to try to get things right on a, you know, larger scale that like, I don't really remember it happening at all.
Yeah.
And it was so scary and embarrassing that the only thing I remember at the end is like Seth hugging me, and that I thought that was so nice, and Andy Samberg like being really nice to me.
Yeah.
But then kind of being like, wait, is this like a big deal?
Yeah.
You know, because I literally had walked out of Williamsburg. I wasn't like a UCB person.
Right.
I had no like, I was obsessed with SNL in the way that probably like Adam Sandler was growing up or something.
Yeah.
But I didn't do any of the stuff to get there that most people did.
Right.
I was like a major rando.
Right.
And then I fucked up. So that's like crazy.
Yeah. That is crazy. But then it ended up going so well for you.
Well, this is what my astrology says.
Do you go to an astrologer? Or you just read your astrology?
I read it. I listen to it every week. Like I have an app, the Channy app, which I very much love. I'm not like a person that won't sign a contract when like Mercury's in retrograde or whatever. I'm like not super strict about it, but I do like it. I didn't even know
people did that. But
oh yeah, they definitely do.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not gonna like be like, can we sign this contract when it's Mercury in retrograde?
Right.
But if it is in retrograde and it's the only time to sign, it's like,
what are we gonna do?
Gonna fucking do this right now. I'm not signing a lot of stuff. DocuSign. But anyway, my astrology says like every like great like epiphany, great success, big love, something like that, is sort of twinned with a door that closes or like a darker doorway. Yeah. So maybe that's happening to me.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's true. Well, but I mean, it's like
kind of general for everyone.
I feel like
though,
you
right?
have one of those quintessential careers though, where people go like, I want to have a Jenny Slate career. Like they
Did you think that?
Yeah.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah,
And you don't.
course.
I mean, it's your podcast. You can cut it out. Because I think of you as someone that's like, you're really successful. You have your you're like Broadway success too, and there are always like pictures of like, I don't know if I've seen this, but I imagine it's like Tom Hanks with you at backstage at your show.
He came to the last one, yeah.
Oh wow, because I have not used social media in like over 3 years.
Oh,
and my assistant will post for things I ask her to post for me.
Okay,
but I've made like a concerted effort to just I don't even peek in. To not look. It's like,
wow.
You're done.
Good for you.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is drugs. It makes me feel bad.
Right.
I'm out. But like, do you ever feel like you're in the process of, trying to like ascend or building or, you're not fully in the final zone you wish you would be in? And again, that is a question that maybe is too embarrassing to answer.
No, I don't think it's embarrassing. I'm good with it. It's just so big of a question. I'm trying to break it apart. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think there's any more ascension.
What do you mean? Like you're calling it?
I think I'm calling it.
You're going to have to tell Eugene Merman that we're not doing this?
Yeah, exactly.
Only 3 people came to your career?
Exactly. 3 people showed up to my career. We're going home. No, it's, you know what it is like, I feel like what happened was I started out and I was like, I want to be up there.
Yeah.
And ascend to whatever that is.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I was high enough to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
For the people living it.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like doing my own stuff artistically at the same time and going, oh, I like this.
So you're kind of talking about fame.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, and I was
You're
not.
talking about life ascendancy?
I think what I was talking about was opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't feel like when you're like, oh, you had this career, people say they want a Jenny Slate career, and I'm like, I audition.
Oh, right.
Like I would love to be at
as opposed to being offered like the leads in movies and stuff.
Yeah, and actually I really like auditioning, and I sometimes like will be like, actually, can I let's just make sure you want this, because I don't like that feeling.
It was just you just announced that you're in a movie yesterday.
Yes.
Did you audition for that?
No.
No, okay.
But when I got there, I was
Not
like,
so fast, Jenny Slate.
Are you sure Chris Pine wants to be in this? I was like, oh my God, and then I had to like ask him.
What?
Well, I don't look. It's not the best way to be. I don't like
That's
how I am.
That's very funny.
But it's like no, I didn't have to audition for that.
Did you call him?
Did what?
Did you call him?
Like today?
No.
Oh,
to ask him whether he wanted
to
you
his face.
That's so funny.
I mean, yeah. And
so you were just like, hey, are you good with this? Me being like in a romantic comedy with you kind of thing?
It is not a romantic comedy. If that's what you think it is, you're going to be a little bit sad when you see the movie.
It's sad. Okay.
But no, I think it was like part of a more unfolding conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, where it was like, well, I don't know. It's like revealing your insecurities.
Totally.
And like kind of having to check. But it's not like a fishing thing. It's more like, I think for me, in terms of the ascent or whatever, it's like, I feel like I still have to like prove myself.
Wow.
And that maybe is a good thing. And might be only in my head. But like, I think in a time when I mostly function as an actor, I guess. And it doesn't feel like it's the easiest time in the industry.
Yeah.
It's like, I think my goal is to be at a place where it just doesn't seem like so hard.
Right.
But maybe I'm making it hard on myself, but also I don't think so.
But I think the thing that I'm speaking to is like, well, obviously, like, first of all, like, you in Obvious Child is a great example of like you playing a character, but it's in some ways a variation on the type of comedy you do. And you really like owned it in this way that it's kind of an iconic film. Like people are like, that's, you know, one of those great indie films. And then the other one is Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, like, is a great example of like, it's so personal.
It's so personal. Yeah.
I mean, you and Dean created a thing that is like really like alt comedy. Yeah. And then it became like a mainstream movie.
Yeah.
So in some ways, like, that's what I'm speaking to. It's like that you did these things where people go, you can do that?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. I think a lot of people, especially a lot of artists, even a lot of fields, go like, how come I can't take my indie art thing that I love and this small group of people like loves? Yeah. They're like, that's my thing. Mm-hmm. And then how come I can't take that and make that the thing that I go out with? Yeah. And like, you did that.
That's true.
Moment of silence for that.
Room tone?
Room tone.
Yes, and I think and it's not that I love that movie and Dean and our work that we did together. But I think also it's like, I really am job to job in a good way. Like, I don't take much from the stuff that happens after the job is over. Mm-hmm. I like a photo shoot, you know, like I think that's like fun to get dressed up in like a big weird dress or something.
Sure.
But once the job is over, I just get hungry again to perform.
Right.
That said, I'm like not a workaholic and I'm very fine making like one movie a year, or like the year that I made Dying for Sex, which I think is the last time I saw you.
Yes.
Like I made 2 things that year, and I was like, "You like I can't work any more than this."
Right.
You know, like I'm not a workaholic, but I do want to. After you're done performing, and you're a performer and you love it, you're like, when do I go again?
Yeah.
You know, it's like just being on a water slide. It's like, can I go again? Can I just go again?
Now that you're in New York, I'm going to just try to convince you to do stand-up all the time.
I think I want to do it again.
Do you feel like you could do Big Terrific again, or are you done with it?
Oh, no. I feel like we could do it again.
Yeah.
I feel like now that we have our podcast that, you know, like my dream is like we tour around with that, and it kind of is like a new version of it.
Totally.
Yeah. I mean.
People would love that.
God, it would be, people meaning definitely me at least. One person.
You'd love it.
I would love it.
I think everyone would love it.
Yeah. And I miss Max and Gabe. They don't live here.
Right.
But I think, I mean, and you know, my daughter's almost 5. Like, there is a feeling in me now that what I talk about on stage needs to be thoughtfully sorted. Yeah. Not like, I'm not going to say like clit or whatever, right. But it's like, I don't want to talk about her. She genuinely can't say yes or no about it, and I don't think that's fair. Mm-hmm. But there's still, turns out, a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about outside of her. Yeah, I had that recently where when Oona my daughter turned 10, like, I'm not going to talk about her anymore because I think at a certain point, when they get to a certain age, it stops becoming general what any kid would say, and it starts to become very specifically what that person's saying. Yeah. And then, like you're saying, and like, as opposed to like when I was doing like the new one, for example, like, well, yeah, that could be any baby. Right. Literally any baby could say that or whatever. Yeah. Do you think you'll show her Marcel the Shell? Yeah, I have showed her a little bit of it. She's kind of young though. Yeah. You know, like, she's like, well, what are they doing? Right. It's an interesting mashup of like, it is for grown-ups. It's for grown-ups, and it's for kids. Like, it's a little bit in that kind of Pixar space of like, it's very sophisticated. Yeah. It's like, it depends on the kid too. Like, when she was 2, we tried to, like, she hadn't watched anything yet.
Yeah.
And then we, like, all got COVID. And I was like, maybe I should show her Marcel the Shell, but I just felt too weird about it.
Yeah.
So I showed her the, like, Winnie the Pooh from the 70s.
Yeah.
You know?
That's cute.
Yeah. But I think eventually she'll like it.
With Marcel the Shell, I was rewatching it this morning, and what stuck out to me is, like, it's so funny, and then it's, like, unafraid of being sad.
Yeah.
And it's, like, I think my favorite thing about it.
I'm glad you think that, because I guess that's, like, I don't want to be sad. I don't want to do anything to make myself sad, and I certainly don't want to do that kind of, like, grad school short story. Like, I wrote a story about something really upsetting so that the story can be serious and good. Like just kind of not that thing. Darkness to seem legit. But, like, there is something about being sad essentially, like, not being acceptable. Just like sort of baseline sorrow.
I agree.
You know, that makes me feel scared. And I mean, I also now, like, take an antidepressant, which has really changed my world. But, like, went through a lot of years of, like, why am I always, as a friendly person who likes to have fun and, like, likes romance and chilling out, why am I so sad?
Yeah.
Like, so sad.
Yeah.
And it just felt like if I couldn't try to talk about that or get into it a bit, it really was as if I was, like, lonely for that part of myself that couldn't be included, which made it worse.
That's a lot of times that's my favorite kind of comedy, because it acknowledges in the silliness that also there's sadness.
Oh my God. Like, my favorite things to watch when I was little, now I realize how much, like, kinship or support I felt from, like, I mean, even Pee-wee weirdly feels sad to me. Like, when Pee-wee loses his bike, it actually is really fucking sad.
I love Pee-wee.
Pee-wee is the best. Or, like, you know, Peter Sellers to me is, like, there's so much sorrow in there. There's so much sorrow.
And of course,
Chaplin, so much in, like, Harpo Marx. There's so much just delicate, weird, twinkly sorrow. And, like, Mr. Hulot's Holiday, like the Jacques Tati movie, my dad showed it to me as a little girl. And I remember making fun of him so much and being like, this is so boring. And then watching it as an adult with Dean and watching all the other Tati movies and being like, this means so much to me.
Yeah.
It's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And Gilda Radner was, like, a little bit sad.
Oh, yeah.
In her happiness and her jumping around, there was, like, something about, and a lot of it, I guess you could just see in her body.
Yeah, I think, like, the best performers are, like, letting you in.
Yeah. They don't have to be sad. But
that's right.
Yeah.
But it's just, like, there's, like, an openness.
Yeah.
Where it was, like, Jodie Foster once said, they said, why are you private about your personal life or whatever? And she was like, it's all in the roles.
Yeah.
And I think it's true. She's like, it's all in these roles.
Yeah.
It's all out there.
Totally. It's just, like, represented differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's costumed or whatever, performed.
Yeah. So in Marcel, what part of you in real life it has Marcel elements and what part it doesn't?
I think Marcel is, like, way more succinct than I am.
Yeah.
I think I'm, like, painfully long-winded no matter what. Like I was just recording a new cartoon and they're like, okay, like, you know, will you do the line and, like, just, like, say a little bit more?
Yeah.
And, like, the riff was, like, 5 minutes. You know, it's like, I can't use this. It's just too long.
Yeah.
It just unwound too much. But I think, like, at the end of the Marcel movie, the last monologue where he's, like, talking about needing space but not wanting to be totally far away from other people and liking the sound of himself connected to everything, like, that is, like, an improvised bit that I had said at another time that eventually went there, I believe. And that to me feels like my kind of central state and ethos, and also why I love living in Brooklyn again is, like, you can be with other people you can be a true introvert extrovert combo and get it all. And you know, there's that. And then also like Marcel is really when he says like, I don't want to just survive, like I want to have a good life.
Yeah.
Like I am really that. I seem to have, in spite of all of the things that can get me down, an inexhaustible appetite for life's small beauties and for creating little playful games to make things that would be boring just out of like autopilot, like this is boring. Like the last piece actually in my book that came out last year, Life Form, is called The Graduation Speech, and it's about why it's so important to like play games in your daily life.
Yeah.
And a lot of the way that Marcel gets through his state of being left, abandonment, is by making a game out of things that would be tasks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like that.
Oh, there's a Marcel line. He goes, guess why I smile a lot? Because it's worth it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. It's a big deal. It's true.
Did you play on the set of that? Like, was it just like, what about this? What about this? What about this?
On the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we had like a very heavy treatment, and then some scenes would be like written out. It was just so much improv.
Yeah.
And then Dean and our co-writer, Nick Paley, would like listen to the audio. Sometimes they would be able to put a scene together with audio that was there.
Yeah.
And then they would be like, well, we were really getting to something. Or like the plot of the movie actually needs to change now that we see this. And then they would like write a scene.
Right.
And then we would record and improvise again. So it was like a really big.
Like a work in progress.
Yeah.
Like always. Yeah.
Yeah. But also it was like, you know, during that, like Dean and I were getting divorced. And we were recording
in the middle of that.
At the start, we told our like Cinereach, the people who gave us the who funded the film, I think we told them that we were getting separated like right after we signed the deal to do the movie with them, so we hadn't even started recording yet.
Wow.
And then and we were recording in the house that we used to live in. And there are parts of the movie where like Michelle, which is, you know, what the movie's called, where Marcel, there's also a joke about Marcel being like, oh, like I mess it up too. Like I mess up he's like, oh, I can't believe I just did that.
Yeah.
I do that. Yeah. But where he's like talking about, I think like what happened when his family got moved in the suitcase, and he's like crying, and you hear Dean say, like, this is the last thing we'll do today.
Yeah.
And it's just, and I wouldn't break character anyway, like, unless we were, like, eating lunch.
Yeah.
I would just be, like, not, like, in a method way, but, like, we were just always recording, and we had the microphones taped to our heads, literally, on, like, a little sweatband, and, like,
I would just, like, be like this. I was just, like, talking, like, hang out, like, you would just, like, ask me whatever you want, and I would just, like, kind of stay in this state of mind and just, like, hang out and just whatever might come up.
And it was like that. And then, but you can hear him be like, this is the last thing we'll do today. And you can hear me as Marcel be like, you know, like it just, I don't know. It was a really weird thing that we did to do that. But it, I think, allowed us to be the people who, like yesterday, I was like, hey, do you want to have lunch? You know.
That's what... Someone wiser than me once said that, but that's the difference between film and television, is that television is serialized, so it's like a chemistry experiment, and film is like a biology experiment because it only happens once.
Right.
It's like, that's an example of like, that's in there.
Yes.
Like your personal relationship and your collaboration, it's all in there.
And the movie is like, I mean, not to be like such a douche, but like it is an organic form that happened in those conditions. And I think we were even planning on kind of a slightly different movie, and yeah, I mean, it all fed into that, and it didn't. Even the parts that hurt or were painful were not. They were not dead weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's cool.
It's emotional stuff. You did a graduation speech. Is this true for one person?
I did.
How did that even happen?
They asked me And I said yes.
They say it was one person?
Yeah, because
No
it was
way.
So Cuttyhunk Island is like the smallest, I believe, of the Elizabeth Islands, like the islands that are, the famous ones, like Martha's Vineyard, where my parents live, Nantucket, and then there's all these like other little ones. And Cuttyhunk is one of them, maybe not the smallest, but either way. And they had a one-room schoolhouse, and and their very last student was graduating from it, and there weren't any more kids on the island. Yeah, her name was Gwen, and I spent like an afternoon walking around with her, getting to know her. Yeah. And then I gave a graduation speech just to her. My gosh. I mean, her family came, and the Islanders. Right. And my husband, and I think my in-laws came.
What did it feel like?
It felt exactly like giving a speech to a big class. Yeah. It except that like, because a lot of it is like, at least for me, and I think for many people, if you've like given a graduation speech before, and weirdly I've done it like a couple times now, you got to get past the like, who the fuck am I to be telling these kids what they should do? Like, I am really not the one, Totally. And like I kind of resent having to do it. Yeah, for sure. I didn't to her, but it's like, I'm not sure that I have this for you. Yeah. But then the other side of it is like this exciting thing that I felt the first time that I gave a graduation speech, and I felt it again, which is like, it's so beautiful out there. Yeah. And actually, I am the one to tell you about it because I feel it in a really specific way. And my advice to you is like, find out what your receptors are for like feeling what you like about life. Like it's, whatever. But I liked that I could tailor it to her and give her like specific compliments. Yeah. And that I could give her like a big send off.
That's really great wisdom.
It was really fun.
Figure out what your receptors are.
Yeah. Because actually,
that's huge.
Once I did, my life got a lot easier.
It's so crucial.
Yeah. Like once
you got to figure out what you enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know like, well, especially, that thing that you said before about like, if you've seen anyone that is, let's say, like, unfortunately, like, really hampered, limited, or maybe, like, sort of incarcerated by fame. Like, they can't go to the grocery store and they want to. Like, everyone has different experiences with it. But, like, if you see something that you're like, oh, I actually don't want that. Yeah. Like I don't want to play one role. I don't want to be Urkel or whatever. Like, I don't want to play one role forever so I can't do anything else. Right. Those kinds of things, like, you can start to know, like, oh, okay, I think I know what I want in terms of, like, that thing. But then there's another thing that happened, like, when we made Marcel the Shell, which was, like, I've been looking at something out of the side of my eye, sort of assuming that it couldn't ever be in the center. And I've never looked at it hard enough to understand what it is. But, like, I like helping people feel both, like, as if I just threw open a window, but so like a dose of freshness, but that they're comfortable, but without being like sappy about it. Like, I like nice, pretty stuff. Yeah. And I'm not like a Geico commercial. I'm not like sassy. I'm not like sarcastic, and I'm not dry. Yeah. And like, I like it in like, remember 3-2-1 Contact? Sure. on PBS? On PBS. Like when a flower blooms in fast motion and it looks a little shaky. Like, I like that kind of stuff. Yeah. I like that kind of stuff. And I'm supposed to be finding that. Like, in my daily life, I'm supposed to be finding it. And in my comedy, I'm supposed to be finding it. And it's not like a gross, like, mandate, like a cult leader thing. It's more like, this is my appetite. It's totally consistent in my private life, my private moments, and in my larger, like, work. And once I figured that out, I was like, oh, I don't have to try to be on, like, 3.5 Men. Yeah. I don't have to have that goal.
I believe that show's called 2.5 Men.
2.5 Men. What's the other one with the 3 guys? They're dorks. What's it called? Bazinga? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Big Bang Theory.
That one.
Yeah,
3.5. I mean, clearly.
Big Bang Theory. I don't have to be on 2.5
What did I say? The Big Bang?
You're talking about all my favorite shows. You're trashing all my favorite shows.
Oh my God. I'm not even trashing them. I just mean, I was like, I never felt like normal enough to like be on those shows.
No, I get it.
You know?
No, I mean, the thing that you're saying, I think is really.
I hope that didn't come off as like being shitty to that.
What are you talking about?
You know? They're off the air. They all did a great job.
It's funny.
Plummeting.
Well, what you're saying though, it's really hitting me hard. That thing of like wanting to understand your receptors and then be open to, new things and seeing and having the wonderment about all the things. For me, the worst is when I know that and I can't do it.
What is that like? Like, what's an example of that?
Like literally feeling like walking around.
Oh my God,
yeah, that's at school or something like that, and then being like, I just don't feel like I can take in the wonder of the world, and I fucking know that I should.
Well,
I know that's the answer, and I can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that's when I think when I can tell that like there is like depression happening in me, because it's not like I'm walking around being like, there's a bee, there's a like I'm not like an alien.
Yes, you are. I've seen you.
I mean, I will say a couple days ago, I like caught myself like staring at like a what are those things? Like it's like a machine and it
like a prize grabber machine at an arcade.
No, like a
like a forklift.
Yeah, but it has the big scooper.
Okay. Yeah, but like at a construction excavator. Sure, yeah.
And I just was like, fuck yeah, man. And it was like not on. Like it was nobody was operating.
Yeah,
and
even
I was
just
like,
existing at all.
Yeah, and then I was like, I've looked at it a bit too long. Like if anybody saw me doing this, they would be like, what the hell? Like, oh, what are you doing? Looking at that?
Right.
But then
you're doing it right.
I was doing it right. And then I went to the Montague Diner and I broke my gluten-free lifestyle and I had a beer and a side of french fries by myself and I listened to two old ladies behind me in the booth.
The best.
Talking about their sunglasses.
Oh, overheards are the best.
Oh my God. Can I just tell you one thing I heard?
Please.
Okay.
It's much better, by the way, than television or movies.
Oh my God.
Overheards are as good as it gets.
They're so old. Okay. Like, and they know they are. It's not me being like, they're old. It's like they were old. They were very elderly. They're in their 80s.
100, 200 years old.
Right. They were 300 years old.
Yeah.
They come in. They're like, I'll have scrambled eggs. The other one's like, scrambled eggs as well in an iced coffee. Then they don't get anything else. I'm like, you guys are gonna blow out your stomach lining. Like, what the fuck? You're so old. You better have some bread, girls. But anyway, they didn't. Then they're like talking. They were literally talking about the senior citizen center. And they're like, you know what I love? The improv classes. And I'm like, the improv classes. I am like tightening up. Like I was like, it's like the emotional version of like getting hard or something. Like I was oh, like I love that they're doing this right now. I was like standing on end, listening to them. This lady's like, oh, well, I know why you like the class because Stanley's your guy. And then there's a weird silence. And the same lady goes, I know he's been to your apartment.
Oh my gosh, that's good. That's good tea.
It was like, have you seen the episode of Seinfeld where Jerry tells George like maybe what Elaine said during sex and George squeezes the ketchup and it like ejaculates? He's like, and it like, and then he looks, it's like the best acting in the world. Yeah. That's what, like when I heard, I know he's been to your apartment. I was like, I'm dead. I loved it. But anyway, I was like, oh, I guess I do what maybe you might think I do.
Sure.
I'm like doing my life.
Yeah.
But when I am in a more kind of like, she's down, folks.
Yeah.
Moment, which is not great. One thing I notice is that I understand what is so beautiful. And what are normal beauties that are there, and I can see my separation from them and that I have no receptor.
Yeah.
And it compounds the feeling of isolation, and I feel scared.
Yeah.
And I have a deep sense of like, what's wrong? Something's wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the difference between like, being like, watermelon is so beautiful, and then being like, watermelon's stupid.
Yeah.
It's like the same fucking watermelon.
Get that fucking fruit out of here, man. How do you know it's here?
It's a mess. This is a mess. Why is everything a mess?
With seeds? Forget it.
The same thing. We went to Apple Orchard last weekend with my daughter. It's like, this is the most beautiful thing I could possibly behold. And then like later in the day, I'm like, I'm tired. This sucks.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's all
Normal.
it's all the sides of the same thing. But
Yeah.
this is the slow round.
Okay.
What are people's favorite and least favorite thing about you?
In my life?
Yeah.
I would say like my husband's favorite thing about me is that I always want to talk about like what's happening here. And I would also say that's his least favorite thing about me.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some similarity on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are you jealous of?
I'm jealous of
The follow-up question is, who are you jealous of that you didn't say but you thought of?
yeah, like I'm like jealous of like Tilda Swinton.
Sure.
You know, because
Who
it's
isn't?
like I don't wish her.
No one wishes.
I don't
no
wish
one
her
wishes
ill.
No one wishes her ill.
I want her to live
Tilda,
for
if you're
a
watching,
million
we're wishing
years.
you well.
I just think it seems like she fucking figured it out.
The body of work stands for itself.
Yeah.
The Tilda Swinton canon
Yeah.
is gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
I get it.
She seems like she's doing it, and
Yeah.
I want to do my version of what she does, whatever
Yeah.
that is.
Tilda, if you're listening,
Yeah.
we want you here.
Let me know what I
Let
should
us know.
do.
Let us know what we could do.
Like I heard her on like an interview where they were asking her like the most intense questions,
Yeah.
like kind of about like political things and stuff. Like she had no fear. She was
Yeah.
she just had all this. She just did everything. She said everything. It was really cool.
Do you remember a time you were caught in a lie?
Yeah, in 5th grade, I read Roald Dahl's autobiography,
Oh.
and he faked an appendicitis,
Oh.
and I did that. And
Oh, really?
and I was like, oh.
Did you get the idea from the Roald Dahl book?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
My mom took me to the doctor, and I knew just what to say. I just wanted attention.
Yeah.
But it got taken too far, and they took me to the hospital.
Oh my gosh.
And they gave me a series of like very aggressive enemas.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I was lying. But it was too late.
Wow.
I didn't have
Talk
any
about a
shit left in my
high-stakes
body.
lie. Exactly.
Yeah.
My
And they're like, we
God.
can't figure out what's wrong with her. It's not her appendix. And I was like, I was lying. And
Oh my
so I wasn't
gosh.
even really caught in a lie. I just got taught my lesson.
Wow.
Don't lie or you get the shit pumped out of you.
With friends and family, what topic do you worry that you talk about too much? That's a new one.
I worry that I tell my parents too often that they need to go to therapy.
That's great. And they never go.
No,
They
they
they're
don't
like in
go.
their 70s.
Yeah.
They're not going to change.
And I'm not saying in that sort of reality TV way,
Yeah.
like, you need therapy. Like, it's not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. I don't watch a lot of reality TV, but I remember that being a thing. Everybody should go the way they should go to the
Sure.
dentist. That's what I think.
Yeah,
not
if
everyone
you
has
can.
the means or
Sure.
the time.
Yeah.
But, like, it's not an insult. It's
No,
not
it's
like
not
you're
an
hysterical,
insult.
you're
Yeah.
mental. It's like, hey, you seem to be grieving.
Yeah.
Maybe you should talk to someone.
What do you daydream about?
Sometimes I have a really specific daydream that I've been cast in a movie where I get to sing like a pretty song,
Yeah.
and that I'm singing it at the table read, and everybody realizes that I'm like a lot better than they thought.
It's really funny. All right. Do you have anything in your notebook? What do you call it? You call it like bips and bops or something?
Well, that's on my computer. It's problems. Well, no, I have scraps,
Scraps.
and then fragments and problems. I think.
Fragment. Are you open to sharing any scraps or fragments and problems today on the show?
Oh, I have one thing.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, and I can never make it work. I always feel like I come off really mean on
Okay.
stage when I do it. So basically, like I was just trying to, or maybe I'm just old and people don't think what I'm saying is funny, which is like a terrible, it might be.
I doubt that's it.
A comedian in your 40s, you don't know. But anyway, it's that like how weird it is that my husband's not doing this, so also he gets implicated. The whole thing doesn't work. But anyway, let's say it's weird that my husband can look at like a picture on Instagram of like his friend's cousin in her bathing suit.
Right.
Because if if he came into the bedroom and I had like a shoebox of physical photos and I was looking at like the cousin of his friend Nick or something, and he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm looking at a picture of this guy, Neil, in his bathing suit. He'd be like, why? Why do you even have that picture?
Yeah.
And so like it's this like weird world where it's like, what are we all doing? You know, like, is anyone keeping tabs on what we're doing? And I know it's, you know, really been exacerbated. But then there's the other thing of like when, you know, he, again, imagine he hasn't done this, but whatever. It's my fear fantasy. Like he posts a picture of spaghetti and meatballs and one of his ex-lovers like hearts the picture.
Yeah, sure.
And it's like, at best, she's like, I like your spaghetti, right? And at worst, she likes it, and it's like, remember when I came?
Totally.
Remember when I was like riding you, like my titties are bouncing up and down, and I came?
Yeah.
When that like 8 years ago, you know? It's like,
both
why are you
bad.
fucking talking about his spaghetti?
Right.
But that doesn't really represent my personality anymore.
Right.
Like I kind of feel like, I just like don't care.
Right.
But I really like that bit.
No, it's funny.
But it's not really my style. Maybe that's why I can't do it.
I think it's your style in the sense of like, it's a very true observation about the odd sort of like voyeuristic like role that we allowed ourselves to slip into.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
Yeah.
I think about that a lot.
Like that you can know what so many... Like, I haven't seen most of my male friends with their shirts off, for example.
Right.
like,
and now you can
know,
zoom into
comedians
them.
aren't, pizza partying at the pool or whatever. Like, I don't feel like it's happened. In fact, someone asked Gabe Liedman, like, or Max, one of us, like, what is the key to having a 20-year, like, best friendship? And one of them said, don't see each other in your bathing suits more than twice a year.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that's actually fair.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I actually know what a lot of people's, like, nips look like.
Right.
And that's kind of weird.
It is weird.
I'm not comfortable with it, but I don't know.
It's almost like it's almost like the era of mystique gone.
Yeah.
It's like no mystique.
Yeah.
And nothing, also like just nothing feels inaccessible.
Yeah.
Everything feels like, what does that person's stomach look like? Let me find a photo
Totally.
and zoom in. You know, like,
it's so weird.
Right.
I don't think we should have it, but I'm not saying anything new.
No, I know what you mean. But what's funny is with you, because you're not on social media, you are putting your money where your mouth is in terms of like making a point. I don't go down this rabbit hole.
Well, it is true. I don't.
Yeah.
And like that was one of the last things that I thought of before I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Is that why? Because you were in that rabbit hole and you were like,
oh no, it just made me feel bad in all the ways that everybody feels bad. You're not doing a good enough job. You're not. You're ugly. You're. Everyone hates you, but everyone likes you.
Right.
How are you gonna? What is it? Like it's. I felt the pull of it. It felt like the ring, the Gollum ring.
Yeah, I feel like you could do a bit where you like are arrived. I mean, this is not like the funniest part, but it's like narrative wise, like how you arrived at being off of it.
Actually, that's
because you actually are off of it.
That's really the key.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to try to remember something funny that happened and not just like all the sad stuff.
Also, like leaning into the act outs of the photos and all that.
Oh, that's really
could
funny.
be good. Just because, like, when I watch
this
your
is good. This
yeah,
is
it's good,
really
right?
helpful.
It's fun. Well, because like whenever I watch your stand up, I'm always like, if I worked with Jenny, I would just be like, everything you're doing that's weird, I would fucking lean into it 1,000%. You know what I mean? Whenever you're doing your sound effects or your act outs and you're just
so
like
fun.
non sequiturs and you're like, I'm always like, I just keep going.
Oh, I feel like I'm so leaned into it that I'm lying down, basically.
Yeah. It's rock and roll.
I
Like
love
it's
it.
so good.
Oh, thank you.
So I would just like, I wouldn't give up on the bit you're saying. I would do it, but I would explore the act outs of the photos, of the videos, of the whatever.
Yeah.
Because I think like you have a superpower in that I don't have, that 99% of people in comics do not have, which is you're an amazing actor and you're an amazing improviser. So like if you live everything that you're saying, if you're passionate about the thing you're saying, it's going to pop hard.
You're blowing my mind right now. That's I genuinely like have been like, I'm not going to do stand-up again. I think I'm done. And
You
now I
have to
just
do
want to
stand-up
do it.
again. No, you're great.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Do you have any other bits that you're like that are half premises, half ideas?
No, I want to
Okay,
hear yours.
okay.
I think I've taken too much time.
This is not great.
I'm sorry, I hate myself.
This is one that has a front but doesn't have a back, which is like I was on a subway platform with my daughter and she just turned 10 and she goes, sometimes I don't feel 10, and I go, sometimes I don't feel 47, and she goes, I don't even think of 47 as an age. I just think of it as a number I use in math class. And I wanted to just jump right in front of the train, but then I thought that would feel too causal.
Yeah, right.
I actually swore that I would not tell that joke publicly, but I do think it is kind of funny.
It's really funny.
But I don't know where to. I also don't know where to go with it. But it is an odd thing when your child can't even conceptualize your age.
Yeah, because
Right?
you know
Oh,
where
wow.
I would go with it.
Yeah, where would you
Is
go?
like all the ages, and maybe you're just not like this, but like
Yeah.
there were a bunch of numbers
Yeah.
that I could know what that is. You know what I mean? Like you say 17
Yeah,
to me. I'm
I
like,
get it.
you are drinking a fountain soda.
Yep.
You have a boyfriend.
That's right.
And, you have the windows down. It's a
100%.
summer night, and
That's
you're
right.
just so cool.
100%.
95. I'm like, you can't.
Right. Right. And then, no, but and then even like it's like, yeah, 23. You're old, but I
Yeah.
kind of get you.
Yeah, you're coming home. You're like, hey, Dad. They're like, oh, welcome back. Look at this guy. Like you can see that person, but it is. That's where I would go with it. Is like, what is 47?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because
yeah,
it is.
what is it?
It's also. Is it a prime number? It's just a super problematic
Yeah, I think
number.
it is prime number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's good.
I
She's like, I only see it as a number that is divisible by itself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of prime number trivia.
I think that's actually kind of it.
It is, right?
Yeah. They do one thing.
I wrote this also, which is your age sneaks up on you. I'm hitting that age where I'm like, I guess I'm never going to go to China for sure. You know what I mean? I think I'm not going to hit North Korea. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even think parts of Alabama are going to be on the list.
Yeah. I mean,
That's what I'm hitting though with my age for real, where I'm like, not China necessarily, but like there's certain places where I'm like, I don't think that's on the list.
yeah, you're not. Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to hit it.
Yeah.
I might go to Greece.
You might.
Maybe,
I might. Maybe
but I might
will.
not. Also, might not.
Have you ever been there?
Nope.
Me neither. Yeah, and you know what else is like that for me is like it was already a slim chance that I would ski, and now it's like
Skiing is a good one.
absolutely not.
I'm out.
Snowboarding. No one ever thought that was going to happen for me.
That's right.
Weirdly, I water skied, but that's because of camp.
Mm.
But like skiing, it's like, oh, I'll probably never dribble a basketball again.
Yeah.
Why would I?
Totally.
I only did that because they made me in school.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You know what? I think where that bit goes, if I end up doing it, is like you're saying, essentially like going into
The list.
The list.
The list is so
Yeah.
fun.
Just the list of things. I'm not gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you can really throw in some fun ones that are like weirdly almost boring.
Yeah.
But they were just already boring, so you're definitely not going to do it now because it's too boring. Or I'm like obsessed with things that are boring.
That actually makes me think of the bit that I've been doing this on stage recently, which is like when you're with someone a long time, you can say so much with so few words. Like I said, my friend was like, I want to go skydiving for my birthday and I want you to come. And I relayed this conversation to my wife. And she said, "You gonna do that?" And that's when I realized I wasn't gonna do that.
Yeah.
I was like, "No,
That
no
is
way,
perfect.
no way.
Yeah.
Why would I want to do an activity that seems so dangerous yet so fun?"
Oh my God. When we were in Cleveland, someone said to me, we're going to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on our day off. Do you want to go?
Yeah.
And I genuinely, without any hesitation or trying to be funny about it, was like, I can't do that because I don't want to.
Yeah.
What what am I going to do? Like see a guitar in a case?
Right.
it's not, no one's like playing, there's not a concert there, which by the way, I don't want to go to anyway because I don't like going to concerts.
Good on you for the honesty on that one.
Yeah.
That's strong.
Yeah.
I can't do that because I don't want to.
I can't do that because I don't want to.
I can't do that because I don't want to.
I can't do that because I don't want to.
Should be a fucking t-shirt. All right, the last thing we do on the show is called Working It Out for a Cause. Is there a nonprofit that you like to contribute to? Because what we will do is contribute to them, link to them in the show notes, and encourage others to contribute.
Yeah, I thought about this and I was like, okay, what should I do? Like, should I ask my older sister works at Dana-Farber Cancer Institute and has been working there for like, I think 20 years now.
Wow. And
she's cared for so many people. And I was like, okay, maybe I should ask her. Maybe I should ask this. And then all of a sudden I was like, NPR, man.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Like, this is, I think they're on like week, 2 or 3 maybe without federal funding.
Yeah.
I contribute to my local NPR station here, WNYC. I contribute to what used to be KPCC in LA, the LAist. I contribute to WGBH in Boston.
Jeez.
And KCRW as well in LA. And I really, I genuinely fear for the world without public media. I feel that it's excellent journalism, and that's where I'm at.
I think that's such a great idea.
National Public Radio, baby.
That is such a great idea. We will contribute to NPR. We will link to them in the show notes. And thank you, Jenny Slate, for coming. This is such a joy.
This. Thank you for having me.
This is so fun.
This was so fun and useful.
And now we're neighbors and we can talk about jokes all the time.
Yeah, this is really nice. Thank you.
Thank you.